I am here with Jonathan Freeman, mixed martial arts, boxing. Man, this guy is legit, the real deal, the quickest hands in mixed martial arts that I've ever seen. Now, I just want to let you know that you have a fight coming up, and for everyone listening, he's got a fight coming up against Brent Williams, and he and Brent Williams, they had a previous fight where Jonathan put the mitts on him. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan put the mitts on him. But Brent, he's got incredible confidence. So shout out to Brent Williams for his confidence. And he's a good fighter. But for this matchup, he's been talking a lot of smoke on social media, John. He's been saying, I want to see blood. I want the people to see who the real fighter is. What are your thoughts on Brent Williams' comments and y'all's previous fights? Because both of y'all went back and forth on social media.
First of all, I don't really care about his comments, but it's kind of funny how he calls himself a fighter when we ain't fight. And me personally, from what I think a lot of dudes out there that claim they fighters just really want to wrestle. I literally just said not too long ago, a lot of these dudes just want to wrestle and win. They ain't really trying to fight, because if you consider me a boxer and I'm stepping in the MMA world, then fight me. Like, actually fight me. Don't go for no takedown and want to say, oh, I'm just wrestling now, because that's all you really want to do. If you really think you're a fighter, show me your skill set standing up. And then if you really can't handle standing up with me, then I'll understand, like, okay, he's going to take me down. And I'll accept that, because then it lets me know that you couldn't stand up with me and you knew off the rip that you couldn't.
Yeah. You know, I think about your previous fight, and these are my words. These aren't going to be yours. I noticed, like, when the bell rung, when you were fighting Dante, you threw them hands, and it was, to me, it looked like it was going to be a start of a great fight. But then he immediately went to the ground when he knew that boxing couldn't have been boxing. What are your thoughts on, like, is that a perfect example of someone who, now, I'm not saying that Dante was talking the smack that Brent was, but...
In a way, yeah. And for just in the 135 or 125 weight class, in the amateur level, yeah. I personally believe that a lot of these dudes, when they see someone that can stand up, they're not going to want to stand up. They're going to go to their instincts and be like, all right, I'm a wrestler. And if they are kickboxers or whatever, I ain't had no phone calls from nobody, so, and we didn't, that's all we want. So it's like, but I already know guys that I get come across me, they're going to be wrestlers. And then they claim they're fighters, because I heard the word fighters all the time, and I'm like, okay, well, if you're a fighter, be a fighter. Fighters ain't wrestlers, they're fighters. A wrestler is a wrestler. You want to wrestle, okay, wrestle. You can be on the ground all day, do that little grapple, make love stuff, but if you're a fighter, we're going to stand up, we're going to bang it out, we're going to throw kicks, elbows, knees, whatever we got to do. If it goes to the ground, we're going to ground and pound. But we don't, like me, if I know I'm ground and pound you, which, Brent, I want you to honestly know this, I'm going to ground and pound you. My own coach don't even want me to take you down, but I want to take you down. I literally want to be the next Khabib. Literally. I want to literally beat you on the ground, pound your face in, let you get up, and then just do it all over again, and over again, and over again. Because that's how I want to fight. Since y'all don't want to stand up with me, I might as well just come to y'all world and just say, fuck it. Let's meet down on the ground then, because none of y'all don't want to stand up with me. None of y'all don't want to kick. None of y'all don't want to box. Y'all don't want to do none of that. Y'all just want to wrestle, because y'all know y'all can't beat me standing up. So since I can't beat, y'all don't want to meet me there, I'll meet y'all down there. I'm going to just take y'all down first. I promise you, I'm going for a takedown the entire fight. The entire fight, I'm going for a takedown. You know, coach don't hate me, but I don't care. I'm going for a takedown.
You know, that's the crazy thing, because you were talking about it earlier. You know, like, boxers go into mixed martial arts worlds, and they want the smoke. Yeah. You know what I mean? But a lot of mixed martial artists, they know that they can't handle the hand, so they immediately take them to the ground. Like, what do you think of the culture of, like, the MMA community? And I love the MMA community, but do you think that there's a negative portrayal of boxers in the fight game, and how like, they think that they're soft or whatever?
Absolutely. Like, it's a lot of MMA guys I don't hear say, oh, boxers don't want to step in that cage because they know they're going to get taken down. Okay, well, we got boxers that are willing to step in the cage, willing to learn y'all skill sets, and also willing to stand up with y'all. But yet, we got guys that's been in MMA their whole lives or whatever, but can't even stand up for 2 full rounds of just boxing. Like, they got to do a takedown or something, because it's like, if they don't, they can't stand up. And it's like, well, how can you say you're a fighter if you can't even stand up? Like, we start on the feet from the get-go. So if you can't even just naturally just beat me with your hands and your feet, now how can you say you're a fighter? Because if you just wrestle, then you're just a wrestler, bro. Like, that's really what you all are. You're just a person that know how to grapple or know how to do jiu-jitsu. It's either one or the other. But are you really a fighter? Are you can't? Like, me personally, I say I'm a fighter because not only can I box, I'm learning jiu-jitsu. I'm learning wrestling. I'm not just learning. I'm trying to learn judo. That's a fighter. That's someone trying to learn every tool and then perfect it. That's a fighter. A lot of y'all just want to wrestle and then y'all stick to it, or you do jiu-jitsu and then y'all just stick to that, and then y'all say, okay, I just need to know a little bit of hands and then I got it. But yet when you run up on someone that got better hands than y'all, say, y'all like, oh no, I gotta go for a ground game. It's like, okay, well, what about that person that you gonna run up on that knows all that wants to do all that smoke? Then what? Because I promise you, like, once I get this ground game going and once I figure it out like I did with this boxing, I promise you, y'all not gonna want to see me on the ground. It's best you just keep me on your feet, because I guarantee you, when I figure out this ground game, I do it like anything else. I break it down and I dissect it. And I dissect it to perfection.
How has the dissection process been like of working on your ground game, of telling Brent, hey, look, I'm going to go to your level and I'm going to take you out your way, the way you fight?
Okay, I say when I first started, I was probably at like a level 2. Like I ain't know too much. Now I'm way past that. I know I'm past, like, just being honest, I know I'm at like a 6. I'm probably at level 5 or 6. I done skipped up so much just because of the fact of the people that Coach Tyler put me around and the individuals that just told me little things. Just little situational things that I didn't know that I was messing up on. That they're just like, oh, you're not bad, bro. You just got to know this little thing. You be straight. So now that I'm figuring out those little things, I'm like, okay, bet. So now I get out of those situations, what's the next situation I got to get out of? And once I figure out those, like, what will y'all have for me? Because honestly, I want to see some of these dudes stand up and bang with me. I really want to see some of y'all stand up and bang with me. Because I know none of y'all can't stand up and bang with me.
That's
y'all
crazy.
Show me y'all can't. Rank barely lasted 55 seconds, and I only threw 12 punches.
Yeah, I was there. I saw
I
it.
only threw 12 punches. And
It was a masterpiece.
Punches, they was probably 60%. I guarantee you they was probably 60%. I did not throw a single hard shot at you, and I threw 12 punches at you. Literally 12 punches at you.
Yo.
And you failed on the 6th and the 8th. Oh, I'm sorry, the 6th and the 7th. And then you fell on the 11th and the 12th one. I know my numbers, so I dissect that video. Because I looked at what I did wrong. So.
What did you do wrong?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah.
So when he fell the second time, what I instantly should have did was just backed up. Because he he went forward.
Okay.
So if you think about it in that video, he was getting ready to go for a takedown. I just happened to time it, or I happened to just throw as he was getting ready to fake like he was going to go for a kick and then go for a takedown, and I caught him. And when he went down, he went forward. Because when he went down the first time, he went down backwards. So I instantly knew that he wasn't going for anything forward intention. But when he went forward the second time, I knew that, okay, he was trying to attempt a takedown. And he just got caught. Period. Just got caught, having to catch himself. And then when he caught himself, he still was sort of in the fight to where he went for the takedown and grabbed my leg. If I would have just stepped back, he would have probably just stood there and would have tried to, catch himself stumbling. But other than that, I know for a fact that he was going for a takedown, just like everybody else. And even in that fight, I found out the day of the fight that he was talking about he was going to go for a takedown in the first round. I didn't even know that until the day of the fight. So it's like that alone tells me that these dudes don't want to stand up and bang with me. And Brent, which is funny, Brent, you stood up with Bruce. You stood up with, what's that dude he just fought?
He lost. He lost.
You stood up with them the whole time mostly. And yet, you lost one and you beat one. And then you stood up with Ed until you rocked Ed and you went for the submission, which was cool. But then you lost to me. So it lets me know that right off the rip that you only want to stand up with guys that's either smaller than you, they either shorter than you, they ain't got no stand-up game, or your stand-up game is better than theirs. That's the only time you stand up with them. But if they got the same level playing field as you don't want to stand up with them. You instantly go for a takedown. So that lets me know off the rip that you're not a fighter, bro. You don't even claim yourself as a fighter. You're a wrestler that likes to win. That's all you are. A wrestler that likes to win.
Strong words.
I don't mean that to no disrespect to wrestlers out there, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I love the sport, man. They showing me stuff now that I didn't even know.
Who are some of the wrestlers that have been helping you in the ground game so far?
Tyler Sigmund is that dude right there, man. I promise you, like the things he done showed me helps me. Todd was a wrestler at one point. The things he showed me helps me. I got Sam. He's a jiu-jitsu guy that helps me out. I got plenty of guys out there that done wrestle, collegiate level, high school level. Like I got a kid that literally, David, that literally was a senior in high school, was wrestling with him 3 times a week at one point. Just wrestling. That's all we was doing. Nothing else. Just wrestling. So the wrestling that I was getting it's good.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm just learning the game. I'm just like I was in boxing. I was still new to it. Just like I am in wrestling. The only difference is I'm just getting better at it.
Crazy, crazy. You know, to be honest with you, man, you got the mentality of a pro and you have the skills of a pro. I know I've asked you this question before, but I'm always curious because you're one of the best fighters that I've seen in this local MMA game. Okay, when do you want to go pro, or do you feel like you still need to learn? You know, when do you feel like you will know when you want to go pro? Because I believe you're ready right now.
When I feel like I completely learned everything. When I feel like I'm comfortable on the ground, then I'm like, all right. Right now, my comfortable percentage, I'm probably like maybe 40 to 50% comfortable. I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not like fully comfortable. I'm just comfortable enough to be like, okay, I know enough to get myself out of bad situations, but I'm not comfortable enough to be here all day the entire round. I can tell you that. Like straight up, I can tell you straight up, I'm not comfortable enough to be the entire round just straight grappling. But I'm comfortable enough being there for a good minute to hold my own.
Absolutely.
So it's like, but that's why me personally, I'm not in no rush to go pro because I know it's gonna be there. It's still there. I got time. I'm still young. I'm still in my 20s.
27.
So I'm 27, so I got time, and I'm not in no rush to go pro because of some fact of I know that when I go pro, them dudes are going to want to fight. They're fighters. Pros are fighters, like, because they want to fight. They before they even go for a takedown, they gonna set everything up and they gonna make sure you know, like, I'm about to kick your ass first standing up before I take you down. So I know on that level that I need to be on my P's and Q's about everything because they're not just supposed to just stand up with me. They're gonna do everything. They're gonna take me down. They're gonna submit. They're gonna do whatever they can to win. But they're gonna really stand up with me.
Man,
they're gonna give me the business.
What is your social media following? Where can the people find you? And when is your fight coming up? It's Ultimate Battlegrounds. Shout out to Derek Brunson, Vincent Morelli, Gerald McKinnon, all those guys, all the promoters. When is Ultimate Battlegrounds happening, and what are your social media handles?
So my social media is Butterfly Freeman 9317 on Instagram. You can just follow me. I follow back. You know, whole conversations. I don't really care. And my Facebook is just Jonathan Freeman. I got two of them. Just follow one with just me in a long white sleeve. Don't follow the other one. But other than that, man, that's all usually what I keep, man. I usually try to stay on that social media stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And when is the fight happening?
July 17th.
July 17th. Get your tickets. It's going to be a show. Is Jonathan Freeman, is he going to put the mitts on him, or is he going to choke Brent out, or is Brent going to come with a surprise of his own? We're going to see it.
And I'm also going to be in Greensboro, Street Beast.
Oh, Street Beast. What date?
Apparently it's supposed to be this weekend, but I do know they got an event coming up.
Wow. Hey, Street Beef is where you get 1 million views every time. You're a legit champion on Street Beef. Good luck to you, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.